Hi everybody, this is a mini tutorial on a new Google add-on called Pear Deck. I'm just going to show you a couple of the quick features and then link you to some more detailed tutorials if you really want to get into it. It's a great tool to encourage student engagement and accountability, both online and when we are back in person, especially if you're doing something like streaming simultaneously to virtual students at home. Students can open this on the same device that they are viewing your Google Meet or your Zoom, or if they're in a classroom, they can have a device or something as simple as a phone works too. So to get Pear Deck, you first need to go to the Chrome store and just download the add-on, and then it will show up in your Google Slides here under add-ons. So I'm going to open up Pear Deck for Google Slides. You can sign up for a free trial to get their premium, which does offer some things that the simpler version does not. However, the free version also has a lot of great features, and especially if you just want to add it into something you're already doing. So basically what Pear Deck does is allows you to add interactive questions. So I've just taken a little slide presentation that I'm doing with a creative writing group, and I'm only adding in a couple of Pear Deck things. So you can decide how much you want to incorporate it into your lesson. Pear Deck, the website, has tons of pre-made, ready to go, really rich interactive lessons. You can choose to assign it as a task that students work through on their own. But you can also just include a couple of little sort of check-ins before or during or after your lesson. So these are just my regular slides. And then on the slides that have Pear Deck, you'll see this little Pear Deck icon, and it automatically gives you some instructions in the speaker's notes. And basically what this will allow once I launch it in a second is instead of students just sitting there and watch me explain this slide, they can now actually contribute to it. The great thing is that you can see who contributed what. So that's one of the advantages to using it. And in the premium version, it will then also give students a little generated set of notes, as well as track their responses for them. And then you get on your teacher dashboard a list of any responses that your students submitted. So it's a great way for them to show you what they actually understand and for you to do that kind of really quick check-in without having to do a whole bunch of marking. You can kind of see if students did get the concept or not. And again, it also allows them to be a little bit more engaged and a little bit more accountable. So once you add in your slides, I will just show you what it looks like once you present, and then I'll show you just a couple of the features that you can actually add in. So you're going to launch Pear Deck by clicking Start Lesson. Now you have the choice to either let students work through it at their own pace or to do it as instructor paced. If you do it as instructor paced, it's going to give you a join code. So students can go to a website and type in joinpd.com and type in this code, or you can also give them a link which you can then copy into your chat. So I'm just going to open this up on another Chrome window so that I can pretend to be a student. It'll give this to them every time, but they can skip it. And so now they can see exactly what I'm projecting. So I'm going to try to just go back and forth a little bit. So here I am just presenting my regular slides, and I'm just going to go to the Pear Deck slide. So now this is where I would pause and say, okay, students, please enter in your responses. On the student version, this is what it looks like. So they can draw, they can type. There's all different kinds of shapes they can add and colors they can add. So the question, I would ask them, what are some elements you noticed in this passage? So I'm going to write in tone of voice, use of vocabulary, and metaphor. And then that's my answer, and it's going to submit in real time. So now if I go into my teacher mode, I'm going to go to show responses, and it's going to load all of those responses in. So it doesn't show while they're thinking, but I can give them a little time limit, and then I can have all of the ideas show up there. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it as well. This one is a multiple choice one. So one was just like a mind map. This one's a multiple choice. So I'll just show you again what that would look like in student view, and you can see it does update. So I'm going to choose dystopian, and then I'll go back to show responses, and it will show me the number of responses. So I can do things like polling, and basically it's all in one mode, and you don't have to keep opening a whole bunch of different things. So let's go back to Pear Deck, and I just want to show you really quickly a couple of the different types of questions you can do. So you can use their pre-made slides. They have an amazing template library. So for example, you know, there's just some basic check-ins. There's lots of different graphic organizers. There's slides that are developed by subject. So I thought these were really cool. You know, there's like a draggable periodic table of elements, lots of different graphs, lots of different mind maps. So you can search by subject. You can also just take slides that you already have, and you can just add a question. So you can add something like a multiple choice question, or you could add a text question, just type an answer here. You could add a draw question, draw, you know, a symbol associated in the reading, or circle a keyword. So there's lots of different ways you can use it. Again, I think it would take, you know, a long time just to kind of get into all the different ways you could use it. But if you're just looking for something really simple and something that you can kind of add on to what you're already doing without learning a whole lot of new information, I think it is a really cool tool. Now, once you're done your presentation session, once you hit end, I can name it. And then this is what you get in the premium version that you don't necessarily get in your free version, but you get takeaways. You get kind of a summary of the responses. And then also in the premium version, it will automatically load those responses into your Google Drive. So you'll see one of these documents for all the students, and it builds like these little notes for them already. So I can see a lot of different advantages and ways it could be used. And if you want to know more, I'm going to link some more detailed videos. Hope this was worthwhile for you.